Hey guys, how you doing today? I wanted to show you this beautiful plant. This is one of my top favorite plants that I have. It is a Syngonium Macrophyllum. I'll get in a little closer so you guys can see the leaves. It's absolutely gorgeous plant. It's got long heart-shaped leaves and it's got some rippling. That one, not that one. But she is just absolutely gorgeous. It's really hard to get her in all the way because it is so tall, believe it or not. I did just chop her back. You can see, like, down here, all of this shorter growth right here. There are 3 cuttings that I just put in. I just repotted her. You can see she's in a bigger pot. I just repotted her, and I just adore this Syngonium Macrophyllum. But right now I'm working on getting her a little bit bushier. You can see the size on some of these leaves. Look how big some of these leaves are. They're huge. They're beautiful. But yeah, it's a beautiful plant. I absolutely love her. I've got my blinds and everything shut up behind her, and then you can see over here, up there, I have a grow light on. It's the best lighting that I can get, so hopefully you guys it's showing up, well enough on camera. But I do have her, this is my west window, and like I said, I have the blinds closed. There's also another south window that's over here, and then I have a grow light up there. So that grow light is not, I usually only turn that grow light on though if, like say I have a couple of days in a row of cloudy weather. Even at that, usually I don't worry about it. I mean, your plants can handle, in my opinion, they can handle a lot more than what we give it credit for. I mean, a few days or even a week of it being cloudy and not having grow lights on or not having sun direct out, isn't going to disrupt your plant. At least not in my opinion and not in my experience. So yeah, I mean, they can take a few days of it being cloudy outside without worrying about it. So I don't usually use my grow lights in the summertime at all, except for in a couple places where I absolutely have no window light. But this plant grows really well for me in my west window, and it also has southern window light. And Syngoniums, most Syngoniums do not like to dry out completely. So this Syngonium Macrophyllum is exactly the same. I keep her on a moist level of soil. I do not let this plant dry out. I feed her regularly with fish fertilizer. She grows beautifully for me, and I really love this plant. I got this as a cutting, I believe it's been 2, maybe 3 summers ago now, from my friend. She had this plant and showed it to me, and I just automatically fell in love with it. And I've grown it ever since. She's been in my plant room, she's been out here in my living room, she's been out on my front porch. She has been everywhere. But I think it was yesterday I repotted her, got her up into I believe that pot that I put her in is a 12-inch pot. I had her in a 10-inch pot, and I wanted to I had 3 other cuttings that I had cut. I wanted to be able to get all of those into the pot. And Syngoniums have massive root systems, so you want to give them plenty of room to grow in. I don't worry too much about overpotting plants that like their soil to stay on the moist side, like anthuriums and Syngoniums. They aren't really bothered by if you go over the pot size that you should normally up pot, you know, a plant. But I know she'll be fine. I'm not going to drench her until I have a bunch of water coming out of the bottom of the pot. I just kind of do my own thing with it, but anyways, it is a absolutely beautiful plant. It seems to be a fairly quick grower if you keep her in the right light. She's just absolutely gorgeous, and the leaves on it get massive. But you do want to, if you get this plant and you want to let it grow tall. I mean, I've got mine. It's probably a little shorter. The pole that I have her on is, you can just see, like right here is the top of her pole. And that pole probably comes to about my chin. I'm 5'3", and a lot of that pole is down into the soil. I like to push my poles down all the way down to the bottom of the pot and then pack my pole in. But I will never let her get above that pole or put a bigger pole in, because I have to have room. I keep a lot of hanging plants. I adore my hanging plants. And any plant that I have that's a floor plant, you can see they all have to stay. I can't let them get taller than what my plants are hanging down. And I have a lot of long hanging plants that are droopy. So, but I do have her pulled out just a hair for the video. Usually I had her, she tucked like right back in there. But I had her I pulled her out a little bit for the video so you guys can see her just a little bit better without, I know there's still a lot of plants around, but there's kind of a better shot of her. You can see the leaves are just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. But if I get my camera, I will not. My base is moving, but my camera is not for some reason. But there we go. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous plant. These leaves on here get absolutely huge. I love the veining in them. And I'm trying to think. I give her fish fertilizer every time I water, especially in the summertime. In the wintertime, I kind of cut back to fertilizing my plants once a month. I just didn't feel, I mean, yeah, they still are growing because I have grow lights and they're still getting window light. And a lot of my plants still grow. I do have a few that go dormant, but I went down to about once a month or so with my fertilization. But yeah, if you're planning on getting this plant, or if you have this plant, you probably already know. It grows quickly. She needs a lot of space. Plan on this plant taking up a lot of your floor space, because you can see how I mean, they just splay out, and which is great. I mean, I love the plant, but she does take up a lot of space. But as much as I love this plant, I'm okay with that. I have a lot of plants that I'm not so in love with quite anymore, and I have been on these really hot days here in the summer when I can't be outside, like today and yesterday when it was so hot, and today it's really humid. I go out, I water my garden, and I'm back in the house. So I have been really, really doing a lot of repotting, doing other cleaning and stuff in my house, but I've been really taking care of my plants that are here in the house and getting them repotted, trying to figure out, I've been cutting back a lot of plants, stuff that I just decided I want to keep a little bit on the smaller side or maybe even get rid of completely. So I would like to get my collection down to, I want to have plants that I absolutely love. I don't want to have plants in my collection anymore that, oh, they're just okay and I live with them, you know, or whatever. I want to be able to look at every single plant that I own and absolutely love it. So I've been kind of going crazy, cutting stuff back, trying to get rid of stuff, trying to decide what I'm going to get rid of, but I want to be able to have plants like this that, yes, do get big, but I want to be able to have room for her to get big without tying her all up, and so that's kind of where my brain has been going, and this plant is absolutely gorgeous. I have never, knock on wood, had any bug issues with this plant, but I would assume that if you're going to get an issue with a plant like this, it would probably be, more than likely, it would probably be spider mites. I've never really had spider mites on any of my Syngoniums, not that I can think of right offhand. Or you may have, I don't know, maybe even mealybug. I don't know, you may get a mealybug, but like I said, I've never had any issues with anything on this plant. It seems to be a really easy grower. You may want to watch it, because I do have a lot of humidity here in Ohio. But if you live in a drier area, you know, you may want to keep an eye on it for spider mites. It possibly could get spider mites in a drier environment. But, I don't know. So, well, I think that is about it. I just wanted to show her to you. I just got done repotting her. I didn't make a repotting video because it's just too big. I can't even get her at all in camera now, so not really. But I just wanted to share her with you. I know that it's been a while since I updated on this plant. I've had her for, I think this is my third summer now with her. But she has grown like a beast. I absolutely love her. And I am going to let you guys go, and I will talk to you later. Bye.